and welcome to my video. I'm with Adidas for 9.5 years now. What an amazing experience. So many challenges, so much to learn, and of course a great sense of pride to be a part of this powerhouse sports brand. In this video, I'll complete the second part of the application, which is the endorsement bit. I have chosen this medium because I prefer communicating to people in person rather than communicating with them over mails. I have divided this video in 3 parts. In the first part, I have mentioned the trait which define me as a person and as a professional. In the second part, I'll collect some live feedback from key stakeholders from my personal and professional life. And in the last part, I'll analyze them both and compare and present my personal best portrait. To start with the first part, which is the personal best reflection, I'll mention 3 top traits which defines me as a person. First, which helps me almost in every sphere of life, be it professional, personal or social, which is creating a win-win situation out of every scenario. It comes very natural to me and I enjoy doing that. I always believe different things drive different people, and realizing that quick and revolve around the discussion around that gets him or her on board. Though there are several incidents which authenticates the same, my favorite is the one in personal life. Detail of this story, since it's very long, I will upload on the link. It is actually a story about how I helped my first cousin get back his dream house for which he was fighting for 3 years. And a simple proposal from me using this tactic resolved the matter in weeks. Second trait, which helps me immense in my work, is looking at the bigger picture and show the same to others as well. There is no specific example to validate the same. However, I believe my entire stint in e-com as a senior manager e-commerce in Adidas India till date is a classic example of the same. It was an uphill task and believe me, is still work in progress. Challenge was, I'm really sorry to mention, but the entire Indian subsidiary has a retail mindset. Right from the MD to the product team to the brand team, everybody, they were not ready to accept the big wave of e-com coming in their way. Only way to escape that was to ride that wave skillfully, especially when competition was putting lots of effort towards the same, which sincerely required lots of change in mindset, which is one of the toughest tasks in any field. And I have managed to done that with the help of my current line manager and my team very well and very successfully. Now, after 3 years, I can proudly say that e-com get similar priority or more in few cases, be it product allocation, key stories, campaigns, visibility, etc. Now this share of the channel, which was 2 or 3% when I took over this profile, has reached to massive 25% now in 2016. Third, it may sound hackneyed, but I love challenges. I have even chosen new project with no historical background over my stable profile promotion or salary enhancement within or outside the Adidas group. My first big assignment was in my previous company, which is Yonex. I had to establish Yonex footwear in the country when they were only leaders in the equipment. And many low price competition brand was having a major pie. I have then done that and in style. Now Yonex is one of the leading indoor shoe brands in the country. Another example which validates my quest for new challenges and new projects when I took over the kids accessories and sports portfolio in Adidas. Everybody in the organization wanted this category to grow. However, nobody in the organization had clue on how to go about it. My various ideas and initiative grew this channel from 0.2 million euro net sales when I took over to 3 million euro when I left. This is not only gave increase in business but also opened new avenues for our product to reach vast TG of serious athletes and of course enhanced visibility of the brand in the new channel. This stint gave me invaluable exposure to product development when I was literally involved in the process of developing new range, price it and deliver healthy margins. For accessories business also, I floated and executed new ideas which increased our product's reach many-fold. Now that is my personal best reflections. Now I move on to some key stakeholders from every sphere of my life to get a glimpse of their feedbacks and see if it matches with my self-introspection. Pretty excited? Let's go and watch them.
So I had the privilege of working with AMIT BOSE for the past 2 years. In these 2 years, I've seen him create new opportunities in a very growth oriented and a dynamic e-commerce channel in India. So I've seen him build the business from scratch and take it up to a level where it's become a significant portion of the overall business of the Adidas group in India. This has only been possible because of his highly confident approach, his belief in the future vision, and the collaborative nature which he displays while working with a diverse set of channel partners, e-commerce players, and internal teams. So I wish him the very best, and I hope to see this channel grow even further in increase business share with the Adidas group with his great efforts. Thank you.
Hi Amit, this one goes specially for you. Um, First of all, thank you so much for being a part of this journey. I remember 4 years back when we started talking and nurturing this relationship. The confidence that you had bestowed on us as an entity and our personal rapport with each other has really played a vital role in shaping up Jabong as a key relationship, a key account holder for Adidas Group. Uh, Very thankful for that, and time and again you have bestowed us with that confidence, uh, whether it is commercials, whether it is the business plan, whether it is the pricing policy, whether it is to fight out internally within Adidas or to fight out internally within Jabong. I think both of us have grown on this relationship together, and especially the confidence that you have had on us has really yielded a lot in the mutual benefit of the business together, and we see the results of it as on today. Um, even on fostering our relationship together at a mutual level, the collaboration from your end and your team has been immense. You have played a very strategic role in aligning all the key stakeholders in Adidas India, Adidas Group, uh, to give us that faith and help us deliver what we mutually designed and wanted to accomplish as a common vision. There have been many instances where this deep-rooted partnership with your help has enabled us to explore newer territories. We have done a lot of experimentation, the collaboration, especially on the pricing front, and the confidence that you gave the managing director of Adidas to listen to what we have as a theory has really worked out well, and all kudos to you and your team for making that happen. At the same time, I think we have really grown in heights when it comes to um, exploring the creativeness of both the companies. There has been a lot of creative ideas that we have discussed, and a lot of it has also gone into implementation, especially the one with Adidas Original when we started. I still remember the first shop in shop where you were keenly in.
Hey, hi. If I have to talk about Amit, the three things immediately comes into my mind. First of all, Adidas and Reebok. The Adidas group is a very strategic account for Myntra. We started very early at the very beginning of Myntra, and we have grown leaps and bounds after that. I think in the overall process, the overall journey, the way Amit contributed is like, uh, of course, his ability to see the future well ahead is something I would like to talk about. When we started, the business was very, very small. It was negligibly small, and today we are close to 20 million account, on primary business. So I think, I think that's something is very, very helpful and critical in this business, which has helped us to grow here, whatever we are today. The second thing is support. Okay, such a large business, growing at such large growth rate year on year is not possible if we don't get enough support. And Amit has been always supportive in that front. Whenever we needed help from the brand end, be it marketing, be it any other operational thing, I think he has been always there with us. And I think that's also a defining character of Amit, because you can have a fantastic brand, but how you execute things is really matters. The third thing is innovation. Okay, in this entire journey, there are moments where we did something new which maybe the competition has not done, or maybe something is happening at the global, bringing that concept to India, be it launching Adidas Easy Boost, or launching the desktop microsite for Adidas at the very early stage. I think that was phenomenal. So all this put together, I find great to work with Amit, and I see his ability to drive this business has been fantastic, and wish him all the best. Thank you.
Jain, and I'm the national sports distributor for Adidas India. I met Amit when he was in the process of building sports channels for Adidas. He had tried several options before us. Unfortunately, it didn't work. And finally, when we were on board, together we were able to click this entire channel into a reasonable success. I still remember his dual battle internally as well as externally while setting things up, and even during the growth of the business. This guy has immense ability to explain the end of any big picture to the key stakeholders. I remember he always said that mind share is more important than the market share. For some time, despite investing heavily in the channel, even I was not confident of seeing it through till the end. But the belief of this guy and his confidence on what he was doing kept me in the game, and I'm glad for the decision I had taken at that time. This nature of his, along with his knowledge about the industry, quickly made Adidas as one of the most prominent brands in this channel. We were in no time reaching number 4 out of the total 13 players in the equipment market, which majorly happened due to the efforts of Amit. It not only helped us in achieving success in this particular category, but the effect also rubbed on to other product categories, and overall for the company as well as for us as a distributor, it was a successful effort.
I've known Amit for almost a decade now, and two adjectives to describe him are cheerful and transparent. I believe the best part about Amit, for the years that we have worked together in Adidas in the same team, has been his ability to come down, communicate with you, and discuss the most difficult of the topics transparently, and which is what I really appreciated about him. On the personal front, Amit and I, after I have moved on from Adidas, have been friends, and the best part again about Amit is he is the one who will always be the center of attraction with his sense of humor. He is a great, he's a keen observer, and not many people would know that he can mimic really well once he is in his mood. So yeah, that's something again really good about him. And as they say that alone you run fast and together you run long, and which is what I would say I've seen the transition in Amit. He has been through the thick and thin of things, and has come out winner most of the times. And that is the transition that I have observed. He has been able to manage things really well, and all I would say is all the best, mate. Do well.
Vivek Matthew Abraham. I'm a sports category manager with Myntra, India's largest e-commerce portal. About 3 years back, I had a chance of working under Amit as a key account manager for Reebok. It was a fantastic opportunity for me to work under an experienced manager like Amit, at the same time experiment and explore with an exciting new channel like e-commerce. Right at the beginning, one facet that I noticed about Amit was how he was such a people-centric and inclusive manager. Now, e-commerce really required somebody who could not only manage external stakeholders and achieve the organization's objectives, but also required someone who could really champion the cause of this fledgling channel internally to the organization. And Amit did just that. Not only was he able to, not only did he have the skills to convince, cajole, and maybe even slightly nudge people to adopt new processes and mindsets for the channel, but he also had terrific acumen, business acumen to develop and grow the channel. One particular incident that comes to mind is when we had to develop a shop-in-shop for one of our largest partners. Now, a shop-in-shop was a novel concept at that point of time, and we really needed a lot of support from the marketing team to develop the assets and resources to develop that shop-in-shop for our partner. Now, as we did this, we faced a lot of difficulties internally, a lot of roadblocks. But I clearly remember how Amit never lost sight of his objectives and was managed to overcome all these difficulties without ever losing his cool. That was one real time that I was really inspired by the way Amit handled people and managed to convince them to achieve our objectives. 3 years down the line, it's just really no surprise that Adidas is the strongest brand within e-commerce, sports e-commerce in India. Not only has Amit and team really scaled the business, they've also managed to build far greater equity for the brand in the e-commerce space. The other real strength of Amit's his natural flair for creativity. As a business manager, Amit's real objective is to achieve the sales numbers and the sales targets that the organization sets for him. But what I always noticed was that Amit would spend a disproportionate amount of time and energy to ensure that the channel promotions were really top class and far ahead of the competition, and at times even set the benchmark for the industry as a whole. Now, e-commerce is a very, very visual channel, and it really required somebody who had a natural inclination towards creativity. And Amit was the man for the occasion, really. I still remember how when we had to do a major campaign that Amit had negotiated with one of the largest e-commerce vendors to do an exclusive FIFA World Cup campaign. I remember how Amit would spend a lot of hours ensuring that the last minute detail of the promotion were taken care of and was as good as possible. And I have to say that it was one of the most interesting and captivating campaigns I've ever worked with to develop. Now, what really captured my attention in this case was how Amit was able to combine both his negotiation skills and his flair for creativity to create a top-class product for the brand. Amit really used his natural inclination towards the arts to develop this piece in this case. If you really know Amit, you would know that he's very good at mimicry and usually helps break the ice during any company outing. Overall, I would say that Amit is a very confident and a very inspiring modern manager who's a role model actually for all of his colleagues that he worked with, his subordinates, and even some of the industry peers. So just Amit, all the best for any future endeavor that you may be undertaking. All the very best.
So Amit is one of the best leaders I've had the pleasure of knowing during my stint at Adidas. A few people have the opportunity to work with a manager who is a coach. Always is a good mentor. Amit and I were both part of the same e-commerce team, though he was much senior to me. Starting out in a new role is always difficult, and doing so right out of college was extremely difficult for me. Working in a new team at that within the organization and navigating through the processes was made much easier because of Amit's guidance. I was always in awe of Amit's ability to command a room and get people on board with the ideas, even though they were on completely different pages to begin with. he had excellent insights about anything related to e-commerce or about Adidas. His objectivity, knowledge of the company, and passion for the company made him the go-to person for a lot of people on our team and in the company as well. The best thing about him is that you could always depend on him to know things and provide insights if you are ever stuck on a problem. He would be the one to say, if you can show me something that works better, we will do that instead. He's not someone who will get stuck on a particular process. Just wants to get the things to be done. He will tell you things as they are. He's diplomatic, but he's not misleading at the same time. He has this innate gift of keeping all emotions and politics of the organization at bay and looking only at the facts before making a decision or helping you out at if necessary. I have learned a lot from him in the last 2 years, and I hope I continue to know him in the future as well. Thanks.
Wow, some feedback that was. I never knew I have a funny side to me and creative flair as well. I know I am innovative, but artistic angle to it is very different. Maybe my Pisces nature and Bengali genes has to do something with that. Anyways, coming back to the analysis between my reflections and the feedbacks which I have collected, I believe the common trait which has emerged clearly are, I would say, three. One, my inclination toward taking up new challenges and projects which apparently others do not believe are worthy or possible to even consider. I am a people worker. My nature of creating a win-win situation, bringing everyone concerned on the same page, is my biggest asset. Third and the last, I have a knack of creativity, which I just came to know. Come naturally to me and help me thinking out of the box in every scenario. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did while creating it. I'm glad my organization given me this opportunity to restart my career. One of the collateral benefit of this opportunity was to self-introspect after so many long years. I really enjoyed it. See you in the second round. Thank you so much.